But when it comes to the Christian faith, the thing that makes us want to deny this Hulk nature, the thing that makes us want to eschew or get rid of that, the thing that makes us go to snap out of it and go, man, this place where I used to think I would derive all of my joy and all of my meaning and all my value, and this circle I used to run in, now that I have found life, now that I have found God and found what real life is all about, I can't even imagine going back to that thing. And there's two kinds of people here. I mean, you might be the kind of person who's smack dab in the middle of all that stuff, and that's okay. This is the best place to be. There's no one here who's throwing stones and who's imputing all of your sins to you. And if you're that kind of person, and that does sound like a typical Thursday night to you, and drunkenness and orgies and wild parties and everything that's listed in this list, and you're in the church today, it's probably because you are looking for something besides that. You are searching for something that actually does bring satisfaction and meaning and fulfillment to life. And I'm trying to tell you that we can use all the words in the world to try to describe what that is, but it's the spirit of life. It's God's spirit. It's what Christians talk about when they reference being with God, when they reference praying and spending time in God's presence and being changed and being transformed, and all of a sudden my life is different. Not only do I do different things, but I want different things. The things that I used to think they'd make me happy, they don't make me happy. They make me worse. They make me sad. They make me depressed. They make me anxious. They turn me into the worst possible version of the Hulk that there is. And you've probably met people who all of a sudden they about face, and we talk about this difference, this conversion, this from one day to the next, they're totally different. These people who are happy to give, they're happy to spend time in the house of God, they're happy to help other people, they're happy to give them themselves, and even when they're sacrificing and even when their chips are down and whatever, they're joyful. This is what Jesus is talking about when he says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. I've come to give you life and life more abundantly. And he's talking about giving human beings of his spirit, of granting us the privilege of partaking in God's spirit, being able to communicate and to be changed. This is the Christian gospel. The gospel is that human beings, we started off right. God made us perfect. He made us in his image from the get-go. And when sin came into the world, and when sin came into our lives, we were born with this nature that just draws us to the wrong things. And no matter who I talk to and where I go and how put together a person looks, everyone in the world struggles. Everyone in the world is drawn, just like Paul was saying, I know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't be drawn to this. I shouldn't want this. But for some reason, I end up doing the thing that I hate. And eventually, I become the type of person that even I hate. And I inherit the kind of life that I hate. That's the problem of sin. It's just pure destruction. It breaks everything that we do. It sullies and dirties everything that we think and do. Human beings are born with this sin nature. We are born into this broken, fallen state. And that explains a lot of the choices that we make. But God has a different plan. He has a different end in mind for you and for me and for each person. And that is he wants to reconcile us to him by his Spirit. And if you're here and you say, I have never experienced that, I don't know what that is, but that sounds like exactly the thing that I've been looking for, we're going to say a prayer in just a minute. And I'd invite you to pray. Just pray along with me and repeat after me. It's not real long. It's not really arduous. But this idea of confessing who we are to God, of making confession. God, this is who I am. I know you know me, but God, I need to say, this is who I am. This is what I've done. This is where I've been. I'm not ashamed. I am ashamed. I'm not proud of it. And repenting. God, this is the person that I have been. This is the world that I have lived in. But I want to change. I want your Spirit. I want you to help me change my intentions. I want life. I want to be delivered from this body of death. I want to put this sinful nature to death. And like it says in Galatians, to take that list of the person you were, the things you've done, and nail it to that cross.